In this article, we are going to find out the expression of magnetic field due to an infinite solenoid. So we consider an infinite solenoid with n turns per unit length. So if you will take unit length of this solenoid, in that unit length we will have n number of turns. Now in this solenoid, I have represented these dots. These dots means that current is directed towards the observer at these points, and over here I have drawn crosses, means the current is directed away from the observer, or you can say it is pointing inside the paper. So current is actually flowing like this in the solenoid. So over here the current is coming towards the observer, and over here at this point the current is going inwards. So in this way the current is flowing in the solenoid. Now I is the current passing through each turn. Through each turn, I is the amount of current. Now this solenoid produces magnetic field inside the solenoid, and according to the symmetry, the magnetic field will be pointing in this direction. So the magnetic field inside the solenoid will be uniform and it will be pointed in this direction. Now to find out the expression of this magnetic field, we will choose a closed path in the form of a sphere. So we will choose a closed path. So using the Ampere's circuital law, we will be finding the expression of magnetic field due to this infinite solenoid. And to find the expression of magnetic field means to use the Ampere's law, we will have to draw a closed path. So in this case, we will draw a closed path in the form of a sphere. So let's draw a closed path in the form of a sphere. And let's say that we are moving in the anti-clockwise direction in this closed path. Now let's denote this point as A, this point is B, this one is C, this one is D. So we have considered a closed path in the form of a sphere A, B, C, D, and its length is equal to L. So length of each side is equal to L, such that AB portion, this AB portion, it lies inside the solenoid and the CD portion lies outside the solenoid. And let's suppose that n prime number of turns are present in this closed path. So this closed path will enclose some of the turns of the solenoid. So the number of turns in unit length are equal to small n for this infinite solenoid. But in this closed path, let's suppose that only n prime number of turns are present. So n prime will be just equal to n, which is the number of turns in unit length, times the length of this closed path. So that is equal to L. So n times L will give us the number of turns which are enclosed in this closed path. So n prime is the number of turns passing through the area enclosed by the path. So path passing through this area enclosed by the path A, B, C, D. Now what will be the net current through the area enclosed? Now we want to use Ampere's circuital law, and on the right hand side of the Ampere's circuital law, what do we have? So B vector dot product with dl vector over a closed path is given by mu naught times the net amount of current. So here we will have large number of wires which will be passing through this closed path. So there will be large number of wires, and the number of wires will be equal to n prime. So n prime are the number of turns which are passing through this area, and n prime will be equal to n into L. So these many number of wires are actually passing through this closed path. So what will be the net current? Now as we have supposed that current passing through each turn current is equal to I, and actually how many number of turns are enclosed in this closed path? Number of turns which are passing through this area are given by N into L. So the net amount of current which is enclosed in this closed path is given by the number of turns times current in each turn. So current in each turn is supposed to be capital I, and number of turns which are passing through this area, that is equal to N times L. So this will be the net current which is enclosed by this closed path. So N into L into I is the net amount of current which is enclosed by this closed path. So now we will be using Ampere's circuital law to find out the expression of magnetic field inside the solenoid. So according to the symmetry of the solenoid, as this solenoid goes to infinity in this direction and to minus infinity in the other direction, so the magnetic field inside the solenoid will be directed in this direction, and that magnetic field will be uniform, means at every point over here the magnetic field will remain the same, the magnitude will remain the same, and its direction will be in this particular direction. So to find out the expression of magnetic field, we will use the Ampere's circuital law. And one more thing over here, due to this symmetry of the infinite solenoid, as this solenoid goes to infinity and minus infinity in both the directions, so magnetic field outside the solenoid will be equal to 0. The magnetic field will be just present inside the solenoid. So Ampere's circuital law states that line integral of magnetic field over a closed path is given by mu naught times the net amount of current. And over here net amount of current is given by this expression. And in this particular diagram, what is the closed path? This closed path is nothing but A, B, C, D, A. So A, B, C, D, A is the closed path. So line integral of magnetic field over this closed path A, B, C, D, A, this will be equal to mu naught times the current enclosed, which is N into L into I. Now we will evaluate this left hand side. This left hand side can be written as this left hand side is over the path A, B, C, D, A. So we can break this integral into 4 integrals. So one integral will go from A to B, another line integral will go from B to C, then the third line integral will go from C to D, and the last integral will go from D to A. So we can break this closed line integral into 4 open line integrals. So those will be open line integrals, means this can be written as open line integral from A to B, and B vector dot product with DL vector as it is, plus open line integral from B to C, B vector dot product with DL vector as it is, then C to D, B vector dot product with DL vector as it is, then D to A, B vector dot product with DL vector. Now we are going to find out, we are going to evaluate each integral one by one. So firstly, as we have said, from C to D, this integral from C to D, this integral will be equal to 0, as we have said that due to the symmetry of this infinite solenoid, magnetic field will be present just inside the solenoid and magnetic field outside the solenoid will be equal to 0. So at every point on this path from C to D, the magnetic field will be equal to 0, means from C to D, B vector, this will be equal to 0. So this integration will go to 0. Now let's evaluate this integral from B to C. So you can see that some of the portion from B to C lies inside the solenoid and rest of the portion lies outside. So let's denote this point over here as E. So from B to E portion, this portion lies inside the solenoid and E to C lies outside the solenoid. So this B to C integration, this can be broken into two line integrals. So one will be from B to E and another will be from E to C. So you can write this in two forms. One will be from B to E and another will be from E to C. And B vector dot product with DL vector as it is. So over here, as you can see that from E to C, this portion of the closed path lies outside the solenoid, and as we have said that outside the solenoid magnetic field is equal to 0. So this integration, this will be equal to 0 because magnetic field is equal to 0. Now what for the integral B to E? Now when you are moving from B to E, the line element, that is the DL vector, this DL vector from B to E, the DL vector will be pointed in the upward direction, and the magnetic field, as you have seen, this magnetic field is pointing in this direction. So they are at 90 degrees. So B vector and DL vector will be perpendicular to each other when you are going from B to E. So when you will solve it, you will get BDL cos of 90 degree. So that will come out to be equal to 0. So this integration will also be equal to 0. Means from B to C, the whole integration from B to C will be equal to 0. And similar is the case from D to A. So if you will take this point as F, so from D to A integral, this integral from D to A, this can also be broken into two parts. So one will be from D to F, and another will be from F to A. And this B vector dot product with DL vector as it is. Now this D to F integral, this will be equal to 0 because magnetic field outside the solenoid is 0. So this will go to 0, and the line integral from the line integral from F to A will also be equal to 0 because when you are moving in this direction from F to A, the DL vector is pointing in this direction and magnetic field inside the solenoid is pointing in this direction. So you will get again magnetic field and DL vector will be at right angle. So this integral will also be equal to 0. So this integration in total has come out to be equal to 0. This integration has also come out to be 0, and this also is equal to 0. So what we are left with? So when you are doing the line integral over this closed path, you will just get open line integral from A to B. So only this line integral will be non-zero. All other line integrals will be equal to 0. So the line integral over this closed path will be just equal to the open line integral of the magnetic field from A to B. So only this integration will be non-zero. So we are writing this equation again. So instead of this whole line integral over the closed path, I am just writing the line integral from A to B because all other integrals will vanish. So the left hand side will be just equal to this one. So you will get line integral of magnetic field from A to B. That will be just equal to mu naught n into L times I. Now as we have said that inside the solenoid magnetic field is uniform. So at every point magnetic field remains the same. So this B vector will be pointing in this direction and DL vector will also be pointing in this direction. So this will be just equal to A to B, magnitude of magnetic field and magnitude of DL vector, and cos of 0 degree, that will be just equal to 1 because inside the solenoid, if you are taking the closed loop in anti-clockwise direction, in that case magnetic field is in this direction and DL vector will also be in this direction when you are moving from A to B. So you will get cos of 0 degree, and that is equal to 1. And the right hand side will remain as it is. Now this magnitude of the magnetic field can be taken outside the integral, because at every point inside this infinite solenoid, magnetic field will be uniform. So this B can be taken outside, and you will be left with integral of dl from a to b. So integral of the length element from a to b will be just equal to length, the total length from a to b, and that will be just L. So you can solve it. First you will take b outside the integral, and you will be just left with integration of dl from a to b, and that will be just equal to the length of this path from a to b, and that is equal to mu naught n L into I, and this L will cancel with this one. So the magnitude of the magnetic field inside an infinite solenoid has come out to be mu naught into n times I, where I is the current which is flowing in each turn, and n is the number of turns which are present in unit length of the solenoid. So this is the same equation which we have got using the Biot-Savart law in the previous articles, and this result is strictly valid for the points which are near to the center of a long solenoid. As we have seen that it is impossible to have infinite solenoid, so that is obvious that infinite solenoid is not possible in real. So this equation is valid for the points which are near the center of a long solenoid. So if you will take a long solenoid, so this expression of magnetic field will be valid for the points which are near to the center of a long solenoid.